The average handicap in golf is 16, and only 14% of players will ever make it down to single figures. If you're comparing those players statistically, then to make it down to single figures, you're going to roughly need to hit 2 more greens per round and improve your proximity to the hole by 3 feet. Hit 1 less putt per round, but improve your make rate on 3 to 6 feet putts by 6%, and then hit 1 more fairway around, and if you can, increase your driving distance by about 20 yards. So statistically speaking, just a number of small incremental gains. So that's pretty easy, right? I was so happy when I first got down to single figures. And although I would have improved in all of those areas statistically, the really big gains I got were from learning the scoring secrets of golfers who were a lot better than me. And of everything I learned, there's really 5 big scoring strategies that I think all golfers need to know if they're serious about getting to single figures. And the best bit, none of them are technique related. The first one is to embrace your natural shot shape, because I see a lot of golfers try and fight it. They'd rather hit a draw if they hit a fade or vice versa. But really, if you consistently can hit a ball shape, no matter what it is, it can help you a lot on a golf hole. So come to this hole as an example, really tight par 4, not a lot of space to go at. But if I know I'm a natural fader of the golf ball, that gives me some advantages. It means I can tee up as far as I can onto the right-hand side of the tee, and I can aim up the left-hand side of the hole, because using my fade, that's going to happen most of the time, that gives me all of the space from left to right to work with to get my shot into play without having to fight anything, without having to try and make anything happen. Equally, if I was a drawer, I'd go over to the left-hand side of the tee, so I could naturally aim up the right-hand side, knowing that it's going to come in. Embrace those things, they're your advantages. You don't have to always fight against them. Next is to avoid the blow-up holes. And bad shots are going to happen in the round, that's fine. So you're going to find yourself out of position. And when you get to the shot and you look at it and you think you've got it in your locker to play that little runner under the tree, round the corner, find the green, that's great, but ask yourself, are you going to get that shot right at least 8 times out of 10? At least. If you're not going to do that, then it's too risky. And the shot in that case is actually just to chip it out into the fairway. Because the reality is that most double bogeys, most bad scores, they don't just come from one bad shot. They come from one bad shot followed up by another bad shot or a bad decision. So if you can't guarantee that you're going to pull that miracle shot off almost every time, you just need to pull a little wedge, knock it back into the fairway, and accept that you're going to go and make your score from there. Avoid the blow up. Next is the pre-shot routine, and it stands to reason that if you want to hit consistent golf shots, you should have a consistent process leading into the shot, and that's the pre-shot routine. For me, it helps me with my confidence, my focus, and my alignment. And there's videos on my channel about what I do, but I do think everyone can do it their own way. As long as you're doing those things and as long as it gets you into a good, consistent place to hit shots. One tip I will give you though is the Velcro tip. I use this as my trigger to focus. So you've got to be relaxed during a round of golf. You're out there for a long time. When it's my turn to hit, I fasten the Velcro. That's my cue. I then focus, I do my pre-shot routine, hit the shot, everything, and then I take a moment to process it, good or bad. When I undo the Velcro though, that's when I let it go. That's when I move back into being relaxed, move on with the round of golf, and wait for my next shot. Give that one a try. The fourth big strategy for anyone that wants to break into single figures is to get yourself a safety club. Develop a safety shot, something that you can be confident about, something that if you're under the pump, under pressure on a difficult hole, you feel you've got the best chance of hitting well. You might not always hit it well, but you feel like you've got the best chance. For me, I randomly came across a Cali 01X driving iron, a utility iron, and I just love it. For me, it's consistent and it feels good behind the ball. Other people, it could be a 5-wood, a 7-wood, 9-wood, hybrid, an iron. That's really not the point, and it's going to be different for everyone. But you want to try and find that club that when you're under the pump, When you need to hit a shot, when you need to keep it in play, you've got good vibes on, good memories, your safety club. So I'm going to throw in a bonus tip at the end of this video, so stick around for that. And if you've been enjoying the video or it's helping you in some way, maybe consider subscribing. But the fifth big strategy point here is to don't always go pin hunting. As amateur golfers, our dispersion is just too wide. Even as pro golfers it would be. You've got to start looking at the greens and factoring in what you can see, knowing your own game, because if you just keep going for pins, it's going to hurt you when you're trying to score and get yourself into single figure handicaps. Take this green as an example, and you can start to break it up into 4 sections, your front left, right, back left and right. We can see that there's a bunker just in front of the pin, so front right is a no-go here. You've got drop off around the back of the green, so that's not ideal either, but there's a big space, front left and back left. That's where all of the space is here. Throw your shot into that kind of area and you're going to have a good chance at getting off the hole with a par or a bogey, whatever it is that you're looking to do. Don't just think pin. If you think pin, you're going to struggle to consistently score well. There we go, left-hand side of the green, nice and safe, and from there, I'm going to have a couple of putts at it. And now for that bonus tip that I promised you. And it's a big one, but it's a simple one. And that's just to not dwell on things. During a round of golf, we're all going to hit the shots that we don't want to. We're going to get bad breaks, all of that type of thing. But if you want to improve and if you want to consistently shoot scores that is going to get you a single figure handicap, you need to move on. Don't dwell on it. Learn to deal with it and start enjoying your golf more. Hopefully I'll see you in another video soon.